Hey, what up, everybody? It's Moss coming to you with another standard video. And today, we're going to play Gruul. Now, this deck didn't necessarily do the best at the recent World Championship, but of all the Gruul decks that were submitted, it's all the decks that were running Leyline of Resonance, the card that was recently banned in Standard Best of One, that have done the best. So, I figure, why not pilot it, see how well it does in best of three, especially when there's a lot more hate for these red aggressive decks than was kind of expected going into that event. And especially with all the fun cards that are getting printed in Foundations, we're about to see a lot more hate for this deck coming out too. But just in case you're not familiar with it, Leyline of Resonance, like all the ley lines, the moment you have it in your hand at the beginning of the game, you can slam it on the field, which is really good when you've got cards like Cacophony Scamp and Heartfire Hero that are there to realistically win you the game if your opponent does anything resembling a block on these things. Now, let's say that you can't necessarily win through the block. Well, the Leyline's going to help you pump up your creature to an obscene level and just swing in for big chunks of damage. One particular thing that I've always noticed about these like Leyline decks is how if you end up drawing one of the Leylines off the top, they kind of struggle to deal with just the nightmare that is their hand. And that's where cards like Witch's Mark come into play. You can discard those extra Leylines, discard some extra lands, draw some cards, hopefully draw you into any of your pump spells, which is huge. But it also makes you a Wicked Roll token that you get to throw on any one of your creatures, which is kind of a huge upside when Leyline lets you copy any instant or sorcery that targets one of the creatures you control. Outside of that, the rest of the deck is fairly simple. You got your green-red dual lands and some basics. Alright, ideally the deck is going to run 20 lands, but this deck's running 19 just so it has the 2 Snakeskin Veils and a copy of Giant Growth to get outside of all of the red decks that are running removal in the form of Shock or Torch the Tower. Sideboard, about what you would expect out of this deck. Lithomantic Barrage to deal with any white and blue shenanigans. Beza's going to be the big target here. Obliterating Bolt to deal with opposing red creatures that deal extra damage when they die. Thankfully, this deck isn't running any copies of Callous Sellsword, so you don't have to worry about your creatures being sacked and dealing damage, but you're still going to have to deal with some stuff at instant speed. Obliterating Bolt, a little slow for that, but definitely still big damage. Paw Patch Formation to deal with all of the enchantments that are running around in the format, all the flying creatures, and it's an instant speed. Could draw you a card and make you gain 3 life with a food token, which is huge. Twisted Fealty to deal with the big threats that your opponent slams on the board, and again, you can add a Wicked Roll token to anything, which should let you potentially get a copy. Urbrass Forge and Questing Druid for the grindy matchups. Rockface Village potentially for the mirror, because again, being able to pump your Heartfire Hero or your Emberheart Challenger are going to be huge. That way you can get the Valiant triggers. And Torch the Tower for the mirror, dealing with exiling all of your opponent's stuff. But hey, that's everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the cringy YouTuber stuff, and I'll see you guys in match number 1. Alright, so this hand's pretty solid. Got a Cacophony Scamp and Might of the Meek, which isn't necessarily the best since we don't have a mouse. But this Leyline of Resonance and Witch's Mark might be enough reason to try and keep it. But we really gotta hope that we draw into some heat here. Okay, opponent plays Lush Portico. Definitely means that they're on Domain. Yeah. Turn Inside Out is like the perfect card for us to hit off the top. So as long as they tap out this turn, we're kind of cooking. Oh, sick. And we got a Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, we're just winning. And let's go ahead and pump it up. And now, admittedly, I don't necessarily want to do this, but let's go ahead and do it. Deal 9 to the opponent. Get a mouse. Get another. And boom. Just absolutely demolish that opponent. Alright, so paw patch formation comes in. What do we want to take out here? Probably want to take out some of our slower spells, so like Witch's Mark, not necessarily super great. They are going to exile a bunch of our stuff. So Giant Growth isn't good because they're not doing damage-based removal. And there's probably some argument to bringing in the Urbrask Forge and maybe cutting a Turn Inside Out and maybe cutting a Might of the Meek. And let's run it like that. The problem that you can run into so often with this deck is maybe overboarding, and that's really something that you figure out just by getting a lot of reps with the deck. So we got a Leyline, we got Cacophony Scamp, Taylor, and Emberheart. This hand looks super keepable, so I think we will. Admittedly, it's going to be a little painful. And never mind. No more pain. I think the problem is opponent could be running Split Up, but they've just got 2. Okay, they run their own paw patch. That's fine. I think we just go for the Emberheart Challenger here. Get in for 3. Then maybe next turn we slam the Urbrask Forge. Have just like a constant blocker. Opponent's down to 12. And one of the cool things here is we can sack this to proliferate our Urbrask Forge, which is huge. Opponent plays a Fabled Passage. Thankfully there's nothing like Settle the Wreckage that we got to worry about. Okay. Temp Lockdown is kind of a rough beat for us. Now the question is, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do think we just want to go for card draw here. And there we go. Some more secure win just in case they tap out for something this turn. They could maybe go for the White Overlord, make 2 blockers, but then we can just run through them with that. They play another Temp Lockdown. Cool. Okay. I mean, let's... As much as I really want to just run that out, I don't know if we can. So we'll pass. Opponent doesn't have the extra green to go for an Overlord, or at least a green Overlord. They go for Split Up, go for all untapped. We'll pump up the Heartfire Hero. It gets the trigger and they scoop it up. sick. The deck did what it wanted to against realistically its best matchup. I'll see you guys in match number 2. Alright, game number 2, and we're going to be on to play with a less than stellar hand. I mean, it does everything that we want it to, but it can't do the turn 2 kill, and I almost want to say it's not keepable because of that. So I think we want to mulligan. We're going to keep it. The greed has gotten the better of me. Alright, we're going to start with the Heartfire Hero on 1. Hope that this Might of the Meat can get us the card that we want. No red deck. Alright, let's go. Cacophony Scamp. And let's go for another. Opponent is playing Dimir. Alright, let's go for the pump. Are they going to go for the kill? Alright, they go for the kill. And let's double decline. There's no like 3-mana Wrath, and if they play Unholy Annex, we just kind of get them next turn. Okay. Alright, so they go for the Anoint with Affliction and swing in for 8. Let's actually do this. Maybe we could have done it the other way. But now we've got a 6/6 that if they don't have Anoint, they die and we get there. Sweet. Okay. So this is that grindy matchup. Let's get rid of Witch's Mark, Giant Growth, and I really want to say we should maybe get rid of these Might of the Meeks. I think is going to be the big one for us. They're not necessarily going to be hitting us with Duress, so there's maybe some logic to not running the Questing Druid because that does feel a little bit more angled for control. Paw Patch Formation is going to be good to get rid of their Archfiend of the Dross. We don't want to play this because us sacrificing our own stuff is going to be pretty valuable. Twisted Fealty could be good though. So we'll run those, and then we got to cut one more. Let's cut a Might of the Meek and run it like that. This Dimir Demons deck, when it was in the hands of Javier Dominguez, was amazing. We got to keep this. Double protection is pretty good. And opponent's mulliganing. Let's get in with Taylor. I mean, the hits are going to keep coming. Surely the opponent doesn't have something for this. Okay, they got a Fairy Mastermind. Mastermind's a good blocker. Okay. Third Taylor. We'll just swing in. They block. Cool. Another fairy mastermind. Okay. Interesting. And there's the Archfiend. Okay. So now we gotta play this, and we're gonna pass. We don't necessarily want them to get too much value out of this Archfiend. We'd love for them to hold it back for just like a turn. Okay. So let's pump up this Heartfire hero. Alright. Now we will sack this. Deal 3 to the face. Opponent's going to swing in with their 2/1. We're kind of okay with that. Now, what we want is for just an obscene block here. Okay. So we go for the pump here. They have a cut down. Who would have guessed? And nothing. Okay. We're at 7. They're going to hit us. Or we're at 11. They're at 7. They're going to hit us for 8 down to 3. Down to 1. And we die. Okay. So now that we are on the play, Twisted Fealty doesn't feel that good. And we can maybe bring a Giant Growth back in. Because it does get us out of the range of cut down. Yeah, we keep this hand all day. The one Snakeskin Veil feels iffy. It feels all types of iffy. We're going to start with the Cacophony Scamp. And then they go Restless Reef. We're going to go for Heartfire Hero. Decline. We would love to hit just like Pump Spell, Pump Spell. Okay. Let's go for a Tailor. Getting in for 3. Alright, opponent draws. Alright. Let's... Honestly, Taylor's probably the best take for us there. Okay. So now, the issue becomes... we can swing like this. If they tap out for a Archfiend, I don't know how we're supposed to feel if they do that. I mean, we just keep... I mean, let's... Okay, they shoot the Sheriff. We pump. And we are cooking right now. Yeah, opponent was just so dead. Sick. Alright, patience is a virtue. And that virtue got us to rank up. Sick. See you guys in match number 3. Alright. Match number 3, we're going to be on the play. Oh, man. Double Leyline and Swifty just doesn't feel super good. We got a mulligan. No lands. Okay. We'll throw back Carplution, and it's so bad, but I really do think we almost want to throw back this Leyline. We're gonna put back Taylor for that Slick Shot for now and just say go. I mean, it's like maybe we could have kept it on the back of just 2 Leylines and hope that we hit any red spell, but it just feels really bad. Okay, so if opponent goes for the kill here, they probably got... No. Opponent's just in the tank. Do dig the Furry Jace avatar though. Okay. Get in for 1. They go Rockface into Emberheart. Okay, they get in. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite lethal. Like, we can wait an extra turn. Okay, opponent plays a Heartfire hero. They're gonna give it haste. Cool. Okay. So let's do the math. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, 14 isn't lethal. But hitting another creature there is good. We need just an extra pump spell. Just something. Okay. Them hitting shock is huge. Oh, man. That is not good. They give it double strike. Yeah, double strike kills us. Okay. So that was about the beating that we kind of expected. Let's go ahead and bring in all of those Torch the Towers, and we're gonna drop Giant Growth, Monstrous Rage, and turn Inside Out. I almost want to bring that in, but I don't feel like it necessarily gets there. And maybe we honestly want to keep this Monstrous Rage in because it pumps and does everything that we needed to, and we'll get rid of that Witch's Mark instead and say go. The Obliterating Bolt could be huge. Okay. Beyond the play, hand is just packed full of removals, so yeah. Swing for one. This is going to be a game that's won with incremental damage. Shock Taylor. There's the Leyline of Resonance, the last thing that we wanted to draw off the top. Okay. And this is Quinn Tool's deck. And we'll just go ahead and kill this too. No creature is not good. Okay. Who gets the creature first? The opponent gets the creature first. Yeah, we are probably dead. Interesting that they don't just target both of them, but you know, it is what it is. Yikes. Okay. We are cooked. Let's just... Okay. They at least do it the right way whenever they are going to real combat. Yeah. Eight, 16. I mean, there's not a single thing I think that saves us at this point. Yeah, that definitely doesn't do it. GG opponent. Alright. It's about time that we took our first loss. Alright, see you guys in match number 4. Alright. Match number 4, and we're going to be on the draw. I mean, 3 creatures, 3 lands, and a Snakeskin Veil isn't the worst spot, and it's against Domain. Okay. Play Swifty, probably go Emberheart on 2. No, it's not Domain? There are so many questions about what this deck could be. Well, we're going to get in and just knock them down to 19. The fact that they're running Lightning Helix is surprising. Are they just Naya? Okay. So it's like... I'm going to plot that. Because now that I know that they're Naya, I don't necessarily want to play into main board split up. Okay, Beza is definitely a thing. Okay, Leyline of Resonance is huge. We'll play that and say go. I kind of wonder what they're gonna do here. They Leyline binding, probably going after the Leyline of Resonance. Yeah. Okay. Okay. They play an Up the Beanstalk. I mean, if they have another... Okay. I mean... It's really now or never. Okay, so I do want to... I don't want to waste it there, though, is the problem. But I feel like I gotta... Pray I hit something big. Leyline of Resonance is not the big thing that I was looking for. Nah. If they go for Atraxa here, we die? Okay. Go for the Overlord. I mean... we just pump? Okay, so they are Naya Overlords? You just block my manifest token? Decline? This has not been an ideal hand for us to have because they're just going to kill whatever thing we play next. They're going to kill on this attack. Leyline Binding is pretty bad too. Oh wow, double Leyline Binding? Yeah, no, we're scooping it to that one. A little bit of a slower hand out of this deck, but it is what it is. Okay. So, definitely going for the Forge and the Paw Patch formation here. And dropping the Giant Growth. I could maybe, again, see bringing in a Twisted Fealty. And because they showed us Beza, there's maybe some argument for that. And then we'll just cut Might of the Meek, Monstrous Rage, and Turn Inside Out. A little bit of our explosivity is gone, so like maybe there's some argument to cutting a Leyline here and leaving in some of these spells. Gonna keep in a keep a Might of the Meek just because the card draw does seem a little bit better, and run it like that. Okay, gonna be on the play. Hand is kind of terrible. Like, it has the potential to be super explosive, but like there's some logic to us not keeping this. Like, not having the land that allows us to protect our stuff with Snakeskin Veil is pretty important. And if they go white, okay. They didn't go white untapped land, which means they don't have an Elspeth's Might on one. And there's that. Let's go ahead and just play this out. Get in for 2. Okay, get lost on the Slick Shot. We're going to go ahead and plot this one and target with the map. Yeah, we'll absolutely keep that. Okay. Alright, so now we can do this. We will Monstrous Rage, Turn Inside Out. Alright, and now Does the opponent have a way to kill, exile our stuff? It's pretty good. Maybe we should have gone for it last turn. Maybe we should have gone for it. Okay. And we'll keep it and run it back. That's one particular problem that we have, is playing a little too conservatively. And I think that was one of the big things at Worlds, and just one of the things I've seen with people playing different iterations of this deck, is just playing too safe. Like, you know you have a win locked up in hand unless they have some type of interaction, and just waiting a turn and then potentially blowing you out with something big there like temporary lockdown. Again, there is some logic there. Some very solid logic towards hands super slow. Just as slow. Better. Drop one. Drop that. We are really risking it here. Okay. Slick Shot and Emberheart isn't bad. We're gonna plot Slick Shot. If they can kill our Leyline, they can kill our Leyline. Alright, they got 3 of their colors. Let's... I mean, if they want to waste 2 pieces of removal on this, that's fine. Okay. Submit 0. And let's go ahead and just play Slick Shot out here. Cool, we hit a land. Not the greatest. Okay. That is also pretty terrible. And maybe we shouldn't have played that Copperline Gorge there, just in case we hit an untapped land here. That would also not be good. Let's try it. Okay. They draw nothing. Okay. Yes, we want to target our Emberheart Challenger. We don't want to do it twice, though. Okay. And I think maybe we should have drawn a card there more than anything else, because we would have drawn that Carplution. It's so bad, but I want to just, like, Sack it, proliferate. And it's like deal a damage to it. And nope, that went poorly. All we did was just remove an extra land off the top. Okay, we will swing in. If opponent has Beza this turn, I think we're just cooked. Definitely cooked. I don't think there's a single universe where we are not just absolutely hosed here. Yeah. All of our stuff is dead. Send one upstairs. And they exercise one of our ley lines. You know what? We'll hold on to it. Maybe we'll do something with this Might of the Meek. But we need a perfect combination of spells right now in order to do anything. Okay. I guess there's part 1. Draw 2. Okay, Emberheart Challenger, another. Okay. Let's play out another Swift Spear. I mean, what can the opponent do here? Okay, they played another Beza. They Legend Rule. Make some fish. Again, we'll play it out. But we are definitely dead. Naya with Avatar mana. Oh yeah, and they take that. We're dead. We're so dead. We'll give it one draw. Yeah. GG. Alright, see you guys in match number 5. Alright, match number 5. And we're going to be on the draw. If one of these was a Leyline, I feel like we'd be in a much better spot. But opponent is just playing lizards. So we'll let them. Okay, opponent just crashes in for those 2. Let's swing. We'll just take 1. Okay. So, like, we can block here. If opponent pumps, they do something. No, we'll let them get away with this. Okay. Thought Stalker gets a counter. They'll take probably Monstrous Rage. Yeah. Because, like, turn inside out does nothing. Yeah, Monstrous Rage is the only good target for them. We'll go ahead and play Slicky though. Okay. So opponent's doing all of this. We'll flip over this probably next turn. Especially if we just have like... Okay. So they're just going to deal 2, 3, 4. If they swing in. I mean, like, yeah, that would suck. Oh, wait, we can just block. Yeah, but that'll kill it. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, let's see if the opponent does anything here. Okay, so they're gonna block. We're gonna play this. Sure, we're only crashing in for 3, but like... Okay. Okay, make us discard. Alright, get in for 6 there in the air. Gev. I mean, do you have a hired claw? Fireglass Mentor, okay. If we get another turn inside out, or... I mean, that's not a spell that we want to get off the top. So that's 6, 7, 8. I mean, do they want to attack us here? Probably not. I mean, if they just go in for 3, that's kind of okay. Alright, 6 is a lot. Okay. You get Flame Cash. Make some extra, do the whole Burning Tree Emissary thing. It's a little bit bigger. You can cycle a card from your hand. Okay. You got 3 mana. Monstrous Rage. I mean, does this do it? No. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't do it. I mean... And we get him down to 1, but then we down the crackback. Rough beat. Okay. So this is one where I think Torch the Tower and Obliterating Bolt come in because a lot of their stuff gets out of line very quickly. And then I think we just take a lot of our smaller pump spells. I do want to keep this giant growth in. Let's cut monstrous, and we'll cut the giant growth because all of our other stuff helps us get outside of the range of cut down too. And there's probably even a better argument for just cutting down more of the Might of the Meeks than anything else, just because they're not always pumping our creatures. This hand is very reactive and not in a good way. This hand slaps. Let's keep it, and we almost want to say we'll just bottom that monstrous rage, because it's just the card draw itself is going to be huge. Okay. We'll swing in for just little bits of damage right there. Make our opponent play something out here. Okay. Okay. 2 turn inside out is pretty big. They're gonna take the torch to tower here, because it would just be silly for them not to. Let's see, that's 3, 6, 9, 12. I mean, let's just swing. So opponents got to block. We will play Heartfire Hero, and they have perfect information. So if they play out any spell here, what do we do? If it's a Thought Stalker, we just bin this torch to tower. Okay. And then whatever they don't block, I mean, this works out kind of perfectly, because now we'll just do that, pump that, and then we'll pump here, and pump here, and then we'll manifest. Okay, cool. It's all going to come down to this critical game 3. Alright. So opponent's going to be on the play. The explosivity is there. But if we don't do things right, we're cooked. Okay. Are you going to play a Gev? Yeah, we're just gonna kill your Gev. And I promise you we'll take that too. Swing in all day. Now, let's say that they go for a Thought Stalker here. What do we pitch? I want to say that we pitch the land. Okay. Well, now we swing and we play out the Heartfire. If they go Thought Stalker, they take probably our best redraw. And if they go for Bat, it also feels kind of bad. If they just go for Laughing Jasper Flint, we kind of like that position. We just need a land off of the top. They don't play anything. Interesting. Okay. I want to play this out, but I really hope I don't get Pyroclasmed. Pyroclasm hurts them a lot too, so I can't imagine that they would be running it, but... Okay. There's the Gecko. Is Gecko gonna make us Gek? Oh no. That was corny. It's good, but it was corny. Opponent's really thinking this over. They have 3 cards in hand. They probably don't want to tap out. That's really their big thing. Like, tapping out is kind of just a game over for them. I think they're just going to pass. Nope, they play land. And they say go. Okay. We're going to play Slick Shot and just go in the air. Go for the throat on Slick Shot. It was pretty good. Pyroclasm's gonna blow us out. Okay. Opponent plays Deep Cavern Bat. I mean, there's no reason for us to hold on to that. It's like, I don't want to attack because we're staring at this Flame Cash Gecko that's just gonna eat our Emberheart Challenger in combat. Okay, they get in for 1. And now they open up. Oh my gosh. Deck, give me something. Opponent has so much removal and so much ability to just spin their cards out of their hand. There's a Fireglass Mentor. They're going to swing in, gain another life, exile the top two. And one of them is a Valley Flamecaller. I guess they'll play that. Makes all their stuff just a little bit better. Okay. Let's swing. Like, our opponent knows that we have something. Again, it would be ridiculous for them not to think that we don't have something right now. Alright. All of our creatures get pumped. Do you have a cut down? We'll throw it on one of the unblocked ones. That's crazy. Okay. And how did we lose our other Swift Spear? We lost it in combat. Unfortunate. Okay. And opponent's going to get a Thought Stalker. That's fine, I suppose. Okay, there's another Emberheart. But can we get some other creature? Some other spell? Lightning Strike is brutal. That's kind of backbreaking for us. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Oh wait, that's got menace. Yeah, we'll take 4. Deep Cavern Bat and another Valley Flamecaller. Come on, deck. Give me something. Okay, I suppose that is something. There's a mouse. Okay. Couple spells. Okay. Got a couple 4/4s. I mean, we just keep what we have. Okay, Valley Flamecaller's eating that and that. You have another one. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. Okay, opponent's up to 19. And I don't think we're winning from this position. That's 4, that's 7, that's 9, that's 10. I mean, we'll take it, but I think we're dead. We are absolutely dead here. We just had a horrific series of draws where we didn't hit anything kind of big off the top of our deck. And I think that's what's going to cost us this game. Lots of creatures, which is great, but in the end, it is not what's going to be valuable towards winning us. That's okay. Sure. And we die. That's insane. All right. I'll see you guys in the wrap up. All right. So, what do we think of Gruul Leyline in standard? Well, the deck had kind of a middling 2-3 run, and some of that was probably due to some poor mulligan decisions and a little bit of a bad set of draws in our last game against Rakdos Lizards. But overall, the deck feels pretty good. When you get the explosive draws and turn 2 wins, it feels incredible. And when you don't, it just kind of peters out the same way that normal red decks do. There is probably some merit to maybe running a couple questing druids in the main and the side. That way you can draw out of those bad situations and hopefully pump that up to the point where it can escape any potential problems. But honestly, this feels just like a red deck does. And in a format where there's bound to be a lot of black decks, especially black mid-range decks, it's definitely kind of important to not just run some type of protection, but have some type of way to kind of grind out those matches. There was, again, probably some merit to bringing in a couple of these grindy Black X matchup pieces in the sideboard against some of those mid-rangey, or at least after sideboard mid-rangey decks. But that's definitely debatable, and it's a really good question within the spots where you're playing it. But hey, that's everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.